if you want to come see some great music for tonight.
Boom! We're up.
Hey, are we live?
We're live.
That's on? Turned on? Check,
On.
check.
Check.
Everybody.
On.
Perfect.
Check.
Welcome, everybody.
Everyone.
To the 480th, possibly off-the-lip radio show.
A lot.
Live from the Santa Cruz boardroom, right here in Pleasure Point, California.
We're a little late tonight starting, by the way.
We're a little late. Apologize for that. But thank you, everyone, tuning in on Santa Cruz Waves. Appreciate T-Fox letting us do the show there. Thank you very much, Tyler. I hope we don't push the limit tonight because I know everybody wants to hear tonight's show. Amy from
Boom!
First off, Shameless Sex Podcast.
We'll say that again.
Shameless Sex Podcast.
Because you know why? There's no shame in sex.
No, like absolutely zero. And
right? And you would know, TC. You'd know.
Oh, I have no shame in sex. If you want to watch or listen, do you video that show or just podcast?
We can do some of them. You can go to, we have a YouTube, but for the most part it's just audio, but we have a whole Instagram presence. You'll see videos. We put videos on there.
If you're interested, I suggest you tune in to the Shameless Sex Podcast.
And I want to mention that we are social distancing. That's the reason we're not wearing masks. If we wear masks, you can't hear a word we're saying.
Yes.
Everyone's spread apart.
Yep.
Masks. The only one's not social distancing is the little doggy over here. Huh? It's Perry over here. Perry is cuddled up going, can we just go home?
No.
So we're running the cameras tonight, folks. We're going to pay attention. If you have any
Questions
about sexuality, toys, you know what those do, by all means, ask away.
Will we get calls?
No, we don't get calls. But you can make comments on this Facebook page right here. You can comment. Let us know where you're from, what you're watching from. You don't have to be sexual. You can just say hi.
Is there a toy that we should discuss?
Oh.
Is there something that you
speak-
use in the bedroom that we should talk about?
We're going to be using. We got gifts. We got parting gifts today, TC. Uberlube. This show is sponsored by Uberlube. Okay, it's free sponsorship. Sponsored by Uberlube tonight. We'd love to give away a couple. We'd love to give away.
How do you want to do? We give away some bottles of Uber. Not yours. You guys get these.
We can give away.
Tied by morning.
I
Are you
know.
kidding me?
Huh?
My bottle will be low tide by morning.
Give away 3 bottles to the first 3.
Low tide.
How do you want to do it?
Oh, wow.
How do you want to
All
decide? You decide. It's your show.
Okay.
Somebody is interested in trying out the Uberlube.
Yeah.
Which I know I'm excited.
Yeah. You fell over when you got that.
I just need the gallon size. But if you're interested, leave a comment. If you're interested in the Uber.
Does it come with the gas? Does
Can you
it?
describe? Is this a water?
Does it come with the? Yeah.
hybrid?
So this is a high-grade silicone lubricant that is great for all kinds of intimacy, no matter what you are doing. It feels very silky. It never gets sticky. It has no flavor, no scent. In fact, you want it all over your body.
Does it for TC's for TC's information? Does it come in a gallon size?
We don't have a gallon size. No. We have another size that's 100 milliliters of plus. So no, we have yet to come out with your gallon.
No, just from my experience, not a lot, folks, but the word silicone,
Yes.
it usually to me is kind of sticky.
Yeah, that's what people think. Oh, well, actually, water-based is the sticky lube because it's water-soluble, goes in your skin. So silicone stays on the surface of your skin. It's actually known to be more greasy, but this one's not. This one is just silicone vitamin E, so it's actually more velvet. So it's an experience.
And I want to mention her mom Janice is not. Does she listen tonight?
I don't know.
Okay.
I just tell her the way she'll listen to your actual iTunes.
Fine. Janice and Amy owned the Pure Pleasure sex store.
That's online.
It wasn't a sex store. It was an erotic shop.
We had it at the retail store for 12 years.
Yeah.
We sold the retail store. Now we have purepleasureshop.com.
And purepleasureshop.com. That was a beautiful store. It was nice in there.
And you all get 15% off with coupon code Shameless Sex. All your sex toys at purepleasureshop.com.
15% discount.
Yep.
I had 20.
You said there's been a boom in sex toys.
Actually, we're doing a 20% off sale right now. So if you go to our website right
Yeah,
now.
I was used to get the Alternate Radio Show used to give 20% discounts.
You do actually. No, we have a permanent code that's I love Neil.
Yeah.
You get 20% off.
Damn, Neil.
Yeah, that's permanent. Yeah,
Does anybody else do that for us?
No, none. Jimbo was here tonight. Jimbo Phillips. No discount.
No discount.
No, right? No stickers. No, I had a box full of stickers. I think I get some free stickers. No, I got dick.
Not even one.
Not even one. I gave him one. I gave him a sticker. You think I get one back? No, nothing.
So
So
are you going to use this lube at the house?
that lube can
Is
be.
Angela tuning in right now?
That lube could be used.
Are you using this?
Do you use that?
That's used all the time.
He gets a bottle every time we do this. Pretty
Yeah.
much. Yeah.
So we want to talk about. What do you want to talk about?
There's so much to talk about.
Right.
What I was saying was, earlier you were saying there's been a boom.
Yes.
So the coronavirus has been good for sex.
It has been good for well, I can't say for people's personal relationships. A lot of people are going through divorces and they're wanting to kill their partners. And a lot of folks are also tapping more into self-pleasure and opportunities to spice up their sex life. So, yes, Pure Pleasure Shop's website has never done better than it is doing right now. It's wild. Our podcast, Shameless Sex, is really well. So, sex toys are selling like crazy.
And what's leading the pack? Has there been something that's just like, wow, these are kicking ass?
I mean, in products, you mean?
Yeah.
It's everything. It's everything. Whether it's vibrators, it's lube, it's bondage gear, it's everything from. I mean, there's a lot of self pleasure stuff because I think people are like, I need to self pleasure more. I don't have all the. Why not? More pleasure right now is get all that you can get. But I think also couples toys are really popular. So, but it's everything. If you look at all of our sales, it's everything.
So on my social media, on my Facebook page, I see this ad that pops up all the time, and it looks like a jackhammer with a ball on the end of it, and then you hold it like a power drill.
Oh,
and they always sell it as like, this is good for your muscles. Is that really for muscles, or is that a sex toy?
It's mostly for muscles, but you could get off to it if you wanted.
Because I look at it, I'm like, that looks fun.
But it'd be pretty intense though. Even the magic wand, which is designed, what originally was from the 80s, a back massager, and then people were putting on their genitals. And maybe even earlier than that, actually. It even as a vibrator, it's almost like a little too powerful at times.
By the way, I have one of those.
You do?
Yeah, I got the cordless one.
Yes,
Rechargeable.
rechargeable.
You don't.
I do too.
It's
well,
great.
hey,
Did you have the one you had
last
the?
Christmas, I spent like $800 on sex toys.
Nice.
I did.
You didn't have the code I love Neil then.
No.
By the way, that's an expensive unit. That thing was
You could have got
not
20%.
cheap.
You could have got 20% off. You said I love Neil.
I wish in hindsight I took advantage of our off the lip special. That's an amazing contraption.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's one of the best. They call it kind of like the Cadillac of vibrators. Well, we call it Tesla, so that sounds better. But it's so powerful. I mean, I could get off to it through my jeans. It's that powerful.
Well, the reason I bought it was I googled best sex toy.
There you go.
And boom, top of the list. I was like, I'm getting that one.
And it isn't just because the company paid for Google Ads. It's because every sex blogger and sex shop owner says that, and all the consumers, people. I mean, it's just hands down incredible toy.
I noticed it was number one, but to the customers that are possibly watching and maybe shopping and are going to go to your store, describe to them what is that thing? Is it?
Looks like a mini baseball bat, and it is so like this long mini baseball bat, almost like a microphone actually, and the end of even bigger, twice the size of this. And it packs a ton of power, and so it looks like something that you wouldn't even use on your genitals. And so I could hold it like that on my back. Hold this, I have the cord. But it has the rechargeable you're talking about. You never have to buy batteries for it. It's the old model was electric,
Plug-in.
yeah, which is great. That lasts forever, packs a lot of power. But you charge it like a cell phone. It's always ready to go. It has multiple speeds, and it's known as, especially when people have a hard time having an orgasm. This is the vibrator that often brings them back to that place. Or it's also great just for solo play, or you have muscles that are reverting. It's just an all-around great toy.
I bought it.
Yeah, he bought it. He has it.
Well,
Is that the Rolls Royce? Is that the Rolls Royce, TC?
The thing about it is it's equipment. I mean,
Equipment?
Sometimes I feel like I need a wheelbarrow. I'm like, I'm wheeling in all the goodies. I'm ready.
I have a friend right now that just is going through a breakup, and she moved out of her partner's house, and she's like, can you bring over my snowboard bag, and I want my magic wand. Bring my magic wand.
You got the magic? Do you have the magic wand?
That's what that one's called.
That's called that, right? Let's talk about, TC, your experience. You know, when you went to Mexico last year.
You're really gonna do it.
You went to Mexico last year.
I went to Mexico.
Right.
Want me to tell a story, Neil?
Well, you know it best.
Okay.
I'm just trying to lead you. I'm just trying to lead you on.
I'm sure, Laura. I'm sorry.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna apologize in
Sorry,
advance.
Mike.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get home and get kicked. Right?
No,
Okay,
overlive, it's okay.
So we recently, about a year ago, we went to Puerto Vallarta. We love going to Mexico, and normally I throw a lube in there, but I don't really bring like the toys. But this particular trip, last moment, I'm like, fuck it, I'm bringing everything. And I just loaded my suitcase up with stuff. I mean, it was loaded. I had them all. Like this.
It's fun.
No. And so, in Mexico, when you arrive, you have to hit this
The button, yes, which they've been doing forever.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I've been traveling to Mexico since I was 18 years old. And I've never had a red button. So like 5 airplanes just landed. There's got to be 600 people on this line. They were all hot and pissed off. And we're like 3 people away from the line. I look at my wife and I go, "Oh, the suitcase is full of sex toys." And she goes, "No, it's not." I go, "No, it really is." I go, "I hope you don't get the red button." I go up, red button. Yeah. And my wife still thinks I'm joking. So, of course, this like 18-year-old military guy opens up the suitcase and he's digging around. I am sweating bullets. And he closed it up and zipped it up.
Yeah.
And
You saw that?
Yeah, and so my wife still thought I was joking until we got to the hotel. Yeah. And I showed her and she was so pissed.
Oh, they're really in there.
So 2 weeks ago we went to Mexico. She literally searched my suitcase.
Make sure that was happening.
She searched my suitcase and was like, "You're not bringing anything."
So you know what I do sometimes is it's top secret information. So if I'm really feeling like I don't want them to search my bag, I will put a dildo on top of my bag on purpose. So that if I'm going to security and they have to search it, I actually, cause I have no shame about it. I'm like, so there's sex toys in here, just so you know, when you open this, you're see when they open it, and there would literally be like a dildo right there. And then they're like, "Okay, you're done."
It's like, "Oh my god."
Or they'll be like,
So how to
"Where did you
beat-
buy that? How do I get one of those?"
Yeah.
No one said that before.
How to beat Mexican customs.
No, I'm not just saying Mexico. I'll do that all over the place. I'm just like, I don't want to deal with that. With whatever I have, like nail clippers, I don't want them to take or something. So I'm just going to dildo on top. Problem solved.
It's funny. I'm sure you come across people all the time who have like a stigma with sex toys. Is it completely normal? Is that like a normal thing?
To use sex toys?
Yeah.
Or the stigma?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh my god. Just if you looked at our sales and the amount of people that come in and buy products, and we sold the retail store, but that are using them. And I work in the sex toy industry, and I don't just have PurePleasureShop.com. I also do work with Uberlube and have the podcast now. And so many people are using sex toys. More people than not, probably. I would say, at least in the U.S. I can't speak for other places, but at least they've tried them. So yeah, normal is such an interesting word to me because we think of normal is like more of the humans, right? So more of the humans I would believe in the U.S. have tried them at some point if they're over 18, or they will. And they might not return, but they usually do.
You mentioned earlier the self-pleasurer.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is a self-pleasure?
I mean, I'm just talking about masturbation, but I don't know if y'all are down with me saying masturbation. We didn't talk about the term.
We can't boo it.
Bosses like
Our
me.
Facebook doesn't like us to talk about sex.
They don't?
Oh, they hate it.
Oh, they do, huh?
Yeah.
And I guess we gotta watch our P's and Q's.
Yeah.
For those of you
it's
watching,
not the words that you say, it's the text. This is what I know. I don't know Facebook. What's true, but it's the text that you use. So a lot of people, they don't actually write sex now. They write like S with a little asterisk X. Anyways, this is yeah.
no, like this is really ruining the
We'll see.
world.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And masturbation. Oh god. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Well, and our president dates porn stars.
Yeah, and grabs black by the pussy. That's wonderful.
We can't talk about sex on Facebook.
No. Yeah, totally.
I want to talk about the Shameless Sex Podcast.
Oh yeah, let's talk about the
Right? How long has it been going on? How long? You and
April.
April.
Yes.
How long?
It started the concept in early 2017. She was going through a divorce, and I was single at the time, and we went on Sex with Emily, which is one of the biggest sex podcasts in the country, and probably the world. And we were like, we like our dynamic. Let's start a podcast. So we started it and released our first episode in June of 2017. So what have we done on 3.5 years?
Yeah.
4 years next.
Yeah.
4 years next June.
And it's everywhere where podcasts are played.
Yes, on all the apps, everywhere, and we're on iTunes. I think we are. We're in the number 3 sex podcast in the United States, maybe the world. I'm not sure.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was an accident. It was just like, this is fun. Let's do this. We're single, and this is our dynamic is really good. I describe her as me on 8 cups of coffee. Oh, that's on. And so she's like, hey everyone. I'm more like, hey everyone, Amy, you're a sex educator, and so she amps me up, and I kind of grab her down and. Shameless Sex is designed to talk about sex shamelessly and to help people to embrace it in a way where they're not like, I shouldn't say this. And so we get emails all the time, maybe once a day from people thanking us or giving testimonials of some sort saying they just never heard. It's not just us, we've been guests for almost every episode. And we do weekly episodes. Saying they just never heard, especially 2 women, talking about sex so openly and honestly. We talk about the hard stuff too. We're not like, everything's great, it's wonderful, I love everything. You know, it's also like, this is really hard, or I'm going through a breakup, or I have no desire, I feel disconnected from my body, I haven't wanted sex for months, and I don't know why. You know, things like this. It's just normal experiences. You can't do air quotes with my one hand, but you're gonna get it. Like, these are all normal experiences.
Right.
So you're in a relationship.
I am right now. I am.
So is your boyfriend?
Partner? Yeah, boyfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he like a test pilot? You're like, hey, Chuck Yeager, put the helmet on.
Test pilot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we're testing out some heavy equipment tonight.
Oh, and he would say yes. And the fun fact about him is, so he was a podcast fan. And I met him at a yoga studio, and he knew my voice already from the podcast. And he was listening to my podcast actually to try to learn some skills for a relationship, his marriage that he was in, which is great. That's great. I love a man that will do that. Like, that's awesome. Like, yes,
Get educated.
Get educated. Like, I want to try to help this relationship. And relationship didn't work out, and he knew my voice and had like a little little Santa Cruz celebrity crush on me, but we never met. And then he heard my voice in the yoga studio and was like, Shameless Sex. And I was like, ooh, I'm single and you're hot. And it took a couple months for us to actually go on our first date. But he listens to pretty much every episode I have. He is so supportive, and yeah, he's pretty down to try most things.
He's learning.
Great. Oh yeah, he's learning and willing. He's
Very
fun.
interesting, yeah.
Yeah, he's a fun guy.
I love, and maybe some sex toys are waterproof.
Yes. Most of them these days.
Because hot tubs and sex toys that's, Neil, have you ever tried that?
Hot tub and sex toys?
Oh my God!
They float?
No.
No. What do they sing?
Maybe, but not usually.
I got this little thing, it's like this, it's a...
Oh, We Vibe.
What?
Yes!
Yeah.
That thing.
I saw when you did this the other
Yeah.
Can you demonstrate that again, TC? Can you demonstrate it again?
It really does look like that.
Okay, first off, what's it called?
The We Vibe.
Well, because
The
I
We
went into the
Vibe.
shop and I was like, I want all the best stuff.
It's We Dash Vibe.
And that one, like, rules the ranks, too. I did
Yeah.
some research on that, too.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah, and what's great about that is... I'm so dead. Are there actually people watching right now?
No. Yeah, there are.
Super that thing is fantastic. So you both get to enjoy that toy.
It's the couple
Yeah.
side.
Yeah.
It's great. It's brilliant because then all the humans get all their bits vibrated.
Yes.
And it's Valentine's Day season coming up. That's our top selling Valentine's Day.
Oh, it is? Yeah,
By
that
hands
thing,
down.
that thing is actually absolutely amazing. Totally waterproof.
Yeah.
USB.
Yep.
Charger.
Rechargeable.
Yeah, it's wow.
When I started in the sex toy industry in 2008, it was like half the toys maybe were waterproof, and now waterproof is kind of standard. If you find a toy that isn't waterproof, you're kind of like, what the fuck is this? Like, can I say fucker? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, how is this? How have you not figured this out? So it's just, that's how most of it. But there's also a difference between waterproof and splash proof. A lot of them also, they can handle being under a faucet or a shower, but they can't go under the water.
Right.
In a hot tub, the We Vibe can.
Yeah.
I also brought a fun toy that is very waterproof and looks like, here's the best part about it.
That looks like
Does it look like computer parts?
It looks like. Can I put that in my iPhone?
Those are for the ones you take to Mexico.
So this is how you, exactly, like, what is this? This is my USB port.
Yeah, somebody.
This is how you charge it. It just plugs into a USB port.
Yeah.
And then this is it's almost like the bunny ears of a rabbit
Yeah.
vibrator. And then you just put it together here. And it says rechargeable, waterproof up to 100 feet. Which you,
Wow.
So you can go 100 feet and use it?
100 feet. So they didn't design it that way. It's just metal, so it can handle a lot of pressure. And the way I like to describe vibrations, so we were talking about the magic wand, there's thuddy, kind of thunder vibrations, like boom, boom, boom. When you put it on your body, it actually feels like it's vibrating deep in your body. And then there's more buzzy, and actually not the majority, probably 70% of vibrators are like more on the more buzzy side.
Right.
When you put it on my body, it vibrates just the superficial part of my skin, but I don't feel it deep inside of me. It's hard to find a thuddy one like the magic wand in a small size like this, and so that's what this one is. It's called the Duet, and it packs. I'll let you all feel
Packs a punch.
it. It packs a punch. It makes zero noise.
And what's retail?
Feel it. Feel it on your fingers.
Oh
How
my.
much would that cost?
This one's $149.
That's action.
You know what?
Neil.
You show up with that thing tonight, TC?
Is that waterproof?
But listen to the sound.
To 100 feet.
To the magic wand. There's
Right.
no, you can't hear it.
Yeah,
It's
you can't.
fully water 100 feet.
You can use that. You can use that at Mavs.
And you could.
I need a Lexi pocket in my crotch.
And it would fit too. It's small. No one would know. You're just like,
Living.
everyone. Good time. So I just want to show this because I just want to show lot of sex toys, they're going these. You're talking about the Levi. They're going these non-traditional routes. You wouldn't even think that this is a sex toy, especially if you have shame. And that's why also Uberlube, they designed this so it could live on your nightstand and not look like lube. It looks like a cosmetic.
It looks like someone would be on your bathroom sink. Yeah, my wife has a bunch of cosmetic stuff in her bathroom. I wouldn't even.
Doesn't sound like y'all have shame around sex toys. You're like, I don't need to hide this thing.
How much does this cost?
That's $149.
$149?
Y'all get 20% off.
No,
but
it
it's a duet.
feels quality.
Yeah.
You see.
Weight to that thing.
It's
Yeah.
made,
Oh, yeah,
One of the few sex toys made in the U.S. They don't usually make vibrators in the U.S. It's very rare.
Huh.
So. And I also brought nipple clamps.
Oh yeah. We're gonna-
Ooh, okay.
Oh my God. So fun facts about most people. So
Does that hurt?
Nipple clamps. I like them. I've been selling nipple clamps for a long time.
How long's a long time you've been selling nipple clamp?
Since 2008.
Since you were like 4 years old.
No, 2008. It's 2021 now. And I thought that the whole purpose was to pinch, which is part of the purpose, but also it's about having them on, and then when you take them off, the blood rushes back into your nipple, and it's that sensation of like the warmth and the overwhelm of the whoa. And these are tweezer nipple clamps, which is nice because you can adjust it so that it's not too tight, so you can just lightly push it up. Like if you want a little more looseness, I can just loosen it up. You put it around the nip. If you have inverted nips, a little more tricky. And you put it on, and you can let it hang out, and then, the lover can pull at it if you want to. But I think it's good for people who want to get into some light kink sensation play, because they're not like that wild and crazy, but they can definitely hide sensation.
This is the TC. This is the part of the show where we leave to go into the back of our car.
I'm a junior high level with math right now. This is something that I've never tried, but now I'm sort of intrigued. I bet most of our viewers have not ever even considered this. But
they think of nipple clamps as being crazy, like clothespins that are going to clamp your nipples off.
And my wife is really hot and super sexual, but she's not really wants me to hurt her.
Yeah, and see that. So that's not for everyone. Like, it's some people. Nipple clamps. I think you need to be into a certain degree of light pain. Obviously, I am. But if that's not your jam, this probably isn't.
Not your jam.
This is like,
go back to this.
Is this like a hair pull thing, or is it that kind of fun thing?
It's like if I were to take my fingers on a nipple and pinch, but not pinch at the hardest pinch possible. It's like that. Whereas there are nipple clamps, because these you can adjust. There are nipple clamps literally like taking a clothespin and just putting it right on the nipple, and you got to be able to handle a lot of intensity, and your nipples will be fine, but but it's still, you have to and so this is sensation play. That's part of the BDSM, the kink world. A lot of people think it is about pain. That's what they think. I would say it's more about often sensation or power or dominance or all these other things, or submission. But sensation more so. So is it the warming? Is it tingling? Is it pain? It's all of these things. It's very dynamic. It's not just.
Well, it could be like rubbing a feather on you.
Yeah, it's sensation. It's tickling. It's woo, something like that. And then you rub a feather, and I'm gonna spank you a little bit, and then rub a feather again.
So Pamela writes in, you're not telling us anything we don't already know.
Oh, Pamela knows everything.
Pamela knows everything.
Pamela, do you know everything about nipple clamps? I want to.
Pamela's.
I like Pamela too.
I want to hang out with Pamela.
Welcome to the
Come
show.
on over. Yeah.
So TC, one of the funniest moments of the radio show.
Please.
No, I have to, TC. I have to, because it's one of the funniest moments of our 7.5 years of doing the show. Was your Mexican? I'm just gonna kick it up. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna segue.
I'm probably gonna go home to a locked house.
Segue into it. I'm gonna segue into this because it's a story. It's a story where she needs to know. I mean, because she's gonna give you the answers of how was it close to? Were you close to death? Were you close to death?
My Viagra story.
Yeah.
Here we go. We go to Mexico. My wife wanted to get some retina A thing or something, right? So we went to the pharmacy and she got it. And the lady goes, Viagra?
Oh my God, they do that.
I know.
Yeah.
And I was like, no. And my wife's like, why not? And I'm like, really? All right, give me some Viagra. And so she gives me a box of Viagra. Well, there's no instructions on Viagra. There's no directions. There's no take one and have fun. So I'm like, okay, I had a few drinks. I'm like, we're going extra big. I popped 3 of those. Boom, boom, boom.
I've heard of this.
It didn't go really well. I was my heart was palpitate. I was sweating. I was red. I went to the bathroom. I was red.
You know, sometimes people did this not happen to you where they had to actually go to the hospital and they have to surgically pull blood out of your?
No. Actually,
that's a thing.
No, it was. It did.
No, okay.
It did remind me that it was still in my body.
But Lorna, apparently Lorna had the time of her life for a week.
Oh my god! It lasts a long time.
Oh no! I woke up in the morning and I had a full boner still.
But we can't go out today. Sorry.
You're welcome, everybody. TV world. I'm sleeping in my car today.
So I heard that Cialis is a little bit more controllable, but you still don't take 3 of them. But it's a little more like I want the erection. Okay, ready, and then it will like go down some more Viagra. I think it's a little more like you are gonna have this.
No, I woke up in the morning and my kidneys were hurting.
Ooh.
Like it did not. My body did not absorb it well. But I learned my lesson.
So when you went down by the pool, did you wear a towel around your bathing suit? Or did you go?
The junior high tuck-in? No, you didn't.
If this camera's shaking, I can't help it.
Okay, you want all my Mexico?
No, that's good.
Why is it always Mexico?
We love Mexico.
When he told me that, Amy, when he told me the story, he goes, "I gotta tell you what," and he's like, "I can tell you what." So he's always going on vacation. So I do a show by myself, and he come back next week. He goes, "Neil, I gotta tell you what happened." Right? and he's
so instructive.
and he's dead.
So if anybody
So
wants to know if you ever do that, look online before you do it. You know?
but he's dead serious, right? He's telling me the story. I'm like, oh, and I ended up on the ground, rolling on the ground at KSCO, crying. I was laughing so hard.
I took 3 of them like Skittles, pop, and I jumped in the shower and all of a sudden,
Oh no! It's happening! It's faster than I
I'm in
thought.
trouble.
Yeah.
So don't, if you don't need it, don't take it. That's one thing I actually learned.
I know people take it recreationally, but they pop like either one, so like just a half of one or something like that.
I would suggest half.
Yeah.
If you're in a good condition,
It doesn't matter because it messes with your heart.
I mean, that was for me.
My heart was racing. I was laying in bed like 4 in the morning, wide awake. I was, oh my god.
But for me, that was one of the all-time great stories of our show.
Yeah, well,
and it has to be, of all people who has to know that story, she had to know.
I'm glad you shared.
Well, I mean, what idiot just is like, I'll take 3, I'm going to go extra big.
Yes.
That's the way I thought about it. I'm like, well, 3's got to be better than 2.
Yeah,
no.
why not? That's not. Yeah, don't mess with that.
So do you still having the class? Well, not the classes. You used to have the classes down there at the shop, right?
Yeah, we have online classes that we filmed before, so we have some that were filmed there when I used to teach there. We haven't added anything new since we had the retest, but we have online classes now that people can take home. We sometimes promote other people's live classes. I'm teaching a live class February 3rd, well, Zoom, so live online. February 3rd is through thriveembodiedarts.com. It's Orgasm 101, I believe.
Okay.
So I do things like that. They're in Texas. They're an online sex shop thing, educational resource in Texas. So I do that. But I spend most of my time podcasting and Uber living and pure pleasuring. And
Did you get educated before? You went to college for this?
Oh, yeah, I don't think...
What's your degree in?
So, my degree is in dip. Just kidding.
Is this something that you began in junior high? Or is this, when did this career start?
No. There was a lot of trial and error starting when I was with making out, but I didn't really do trial and error with the weighing until I was like 16 or so. But no, I decided when I was 18 I would go to school for psychology and human sexuality because I took a human sexuality class at Cabrillo and I loved every second of it, and I was also like, I don't understand my body, and I'm very open. I wasn't raised with a lot of shame around sexuality, so I transferred to San Francisco State, and that's where I went to school for psychology and human sexuality. And then I've done a lot of trainings for various things. So I'm a certified sex educator, went to training to be a sex and relationship coach. I've done tantra trainings, I've done holistic psychotherapy trainings for multiple years. So what I do is I do all these little trainings that I can bring into my particular interests,
Right.
how I want to work with people. And I just continue. And I'll always take trainings forever. I don't know everything about sex. I'm still learning all the time. So, but yeah, no. I learned through trial and error. What I wish was that when I was younger, I was taught about pleasure. I had comprehensive sex education, so I was taught about, STDs and pregnancy and all that stuff. but it was more about what not to do.
Right.
No one told me that my body was capable of the most pleasure and orgasms, and here's how you do it, right? And
Should that be taught in school?
at a certain age, I think it would be awesome, but I don't know. I mean, it'd be nice to be in school because then we get to everyone. But I think at a certain age, and you don't have to do it in a way like, here's how you masturbate, kids, let me show you, right? You don't have to do it that way. But I think if you told all young people that at some point, I don't know the perfect age, but I would say it's when they're going to start to become sexually active, so I don't know, 14, 15-ish, to say that all people, are entitled to this maybe, and that's not the word you want to use, but capable of this. This is your birthright. You were born with this. There's nothing shameful about it, and also it deserves to be honored and respected. That your body is, maybe you don't want to use the word sacred, but deserves to be respected by anyone that you share your body with, and they deserve pleasure, but so do you equally. And I think that's a thing for women or young girls. If you look at the statistics, I believe, and I'm not the researcher, but there's a book called Girls and Sex that says that young girls aged 12 to 14, they're not having sex at a younger age, they're giving blowjobs at a younger age than they ever have been. Because it's much more about getting attention and all those things. And so they're not taught that you are worthy of all of this. It's not just about this other person, speaking to heterosexual relationships. So that's my soapbox saying, I think people benefit, because what's the other way they learn? They have bad experiences.
Right.
And they have traumatic experiences. And sometimes people are lucky and they have really good ones. But
Right.
why not give them information so they can they're going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Some people wait till marriage, a lot of them don't.
Right. Got a question here from Karen Hall. She says, what do you suggest for nerve damage from a spinal cord injury?
I would need, and I'm not a doctor, so that's tricky, and it depends. I don't know where's the nerve damage. Is it on your genitals? And again, I'm not a doctor, so this wouldn't be my area of expertise. But if you're speaking to nerve damage that has made it so it's hard to feel, but you want to bring sensation to the area. Here's another thing about vibrations. Again, not a doctor. Vibrations bring blood flow to the area, and so in fact, people can have tissue damage or nerve damage, and they use the magic wands. And it brings so much blood flow there that it can help to heal the area, because that blood flow helps to heal the tissue. So again, I don't know enough information what you're asking, and I also am not the doctor, but what my knowledge about that is stronger vibrations at like a massager area that has nerve damage and needs more blood flow could be helpful. It's a magic wand.
I want to go back to your mom. So I want to go back to mother. I want to go back to Mother, one of my favorite people. Love Mother. But you guys had a store downtown, right? How did that start? Was it her idea to have the pure pleasure? Was it your idea?
Mine.
And you dragged her into it?
I dragged her. I was like, Mom, you're going to open a sex shop. And she was like, no. That's not how it went. No, because when I went to school at San Francisco State, I majored in psychology, minored in human sexuality, and for one of our field trips, we went to Good Vibrations, which is their...
They're like the biggest, right?
Oh, yeah. And they're the ones people who bought for pleasure. Which is full circle. It's perfect. They inspired us, and so I saw their store, and I called my mom. I remember the street I was on. I said, Mom, we should open a store like this in Santa Cruz where they do sex ed. We don't put sex toys in the back room. It's like we're honest and open that we're here for sex ed and to sell and talk about sex toys. So she was like, okay, go ahead. I'm gonna think about that. Me working in a sex shop. And we worked on it for 2 years, and we opened, and she actually ended up being our top salesperson. She ended up working the retail floor more than me eventually. I eventually phased myself out when I started the podcast and doing all these other things, and she can talk about anything. My mom has no shame in talking about sex and sex. My mom's the best. I love your mom. She probably loves me.
She's listening.
Yeah.
She's listening.
And, is it becoming, like, I feel like as the generations go forward, people are, like, more in tune, more keen to try. It's not new anymore. Are we seeing like the growth of the industry?
Yeah.
Are people using sex toys more? Is it like is it normal now?
I think so. I think that we're going in a direction, but again, it depends where you are. Where you're on the West Coast, the East Coast, sure, like progressive areas and communities for sure. But then if we talk about other places in the country or the world, it's
Salt Lake City.
different. Yeah, but no, Salt Lake City loves sex toys.
Really?
Oh
the
my
Mormons?
God! Oh my God, I love it.
Hey, we learn something every day.
It's not necessarily the Mormons. It's ex-Mormons or non-Mormons, or maybe the Mormons. But I know some sex shop owners there. And they do better than other sex shops all over the country. It's wild. They love, Anyways, yeah.
So let me ask you this. TC's going to open up a store down in Capitola. A skateboard store, right? A clothing store. What do you think? Like a little, there's nothing like it in Capitola, right? It would be,
Best customer.
yeah. Right? That place would be packed.
We tell everyone about the I Love Neil discount code.
That's right. I Love Neil. Yeah. Just give me that. If you,
20% off, right?
by the way, yeah, I Love Neil 20% off discount on the website with purepleasureshop.com.
In the back room at your new shop.
Well, and how many items are on your website right now?
Oh my god, I don't even know. We have a lot. What was great about owning retail stores, we would go to multiple trade shows a year. Now they're all online, so we can't touch and feel what we're selling. But what was great about the retail stores is that we had everything out where you could feel each product that you were going to potentially buy. Online's a little more tricky, so what we do is we put a lot of information. What we offer people is that they can email us and say, here's what I'm looking for, and we can find them the right one, but it's all through email. So it's very anonymous too. But God, hundreds? I don't even know.
A lot.
It's a lot. But we also narrow we're particular. We don't care.
One of the best stuff.
Well, we also don't do toxic sex toys. And there's a lot of sex toys on the market that are made of like plasticized rubber jelly things that when you take it out of the package, it smells. Or
Right. Allergic reaction.
yeah.
Oh, some of the I actually got one that was like this. It was like a silicone, rubbery thing.
Yeah.
And it smelled terrible.
So it wasn't pure silk. It was like had fillers in it.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
And I have a toolbox.
Is it just a small
I have
box?
The toolbox.
I have a Craftsman toolbox. I have
Okay.
a lock on it and everything. Yeah.
It's a big one though.
It's a pretty good size.
Yeah.
And but it was it's.
Let's go. Is that, does it?
So I get it.
Does it have wheels?
Yeah. It's got a motor.
The whole closet. Yeah.
Charging bay, the whole deal.
Yeah.
So is there ever like too much?
Of sex toys?
Yeah. Is it?
I mean, it's different for everyone. It's so different for everyone in terms of what they're into. Like, and I think that's the thing is we all get to decide. Not everyone's going to like sex toys. Not everyone's going to like every type of sex toy. It's not normal to like sex toys or not like sex toys, right? You get to decide. And yeah, there is for some people too much. They might go into your house and see all that and be like, I am not okay with that. And some people might be like, yes,
Dude.
yes, please.
It's like a baseball card collection.
Yeah.
You got that thing?
That's
It's a 1985?
Yeah, that's how I'd be like, yes, oh my god, this is a representative. But it's different for everyone, and again, we're talking about sensation, but a lot of it has to do with our conditioning, past experiences we've had, our openness. So it depends on you. Too much, there's no rule for that.
I have this thing that's like the more I drink, the more toys come out. It's really interesting.
Alcohol induced.
Yeah, no, it's like so like non-alcohol nights. I don't even open it.
Yeah.
Couple drinks, I might poke around a little bit. If I'm really wasted, I dump the whole thing out. I'm like, let's do this.
I have a girlfriend who every time we'd hang out, she would go home with a new sex toy, but we would have a couple drinks, and then like, which one do you want? So under my bed I have an arsenal of sex toys, but most of them are things I've never used. They're still in the package because we get a lot of free sex toys, and so I have plenty to give away to friends. And so when she would go home, her husband would be like, I love when you go to Amy's house. Mm-hmm. It's so much fun. You have a nurse costume all of a sudden? How did you get this?
I just gotta say that the toys that I purchased last Christmas, they're art. The design now has gone so forward thinking. I really feel like they're almost like Art Deco, like the shapes and the materials.
Yeah.
I mean the chrome, it's just different today.
Yeah.
It's the Tesla of sex
I
toys.
feel like the industry's, has gotten sophisticated.
And the industry has expanded. It went from being a lot of the rubber jelly things and the big, cheap name brands making sex toys, and now you have all these smaller companies doing things like this company called Crave, made in San Francisco on Folsom Street, and so people are going in that direction. And you just can't keep throwing out the same thing anymore. We have so many different companies now, and everyone's seeing that same old shape over and over again. And, and there are people replicate it and make some amazing things that are different even with that shape. And we need new things now, so people are just starting to do that. And they also like things that are more discreet or just different. Now, here's what I will say. There are some sex toys that people make that are too out there different that will not sell. It's like some weird, someone made a yin-yang shaped two-piece vibrator that was like kind of a cool concept because it had these little things. Oh, you could give one to your partner. No one bought that. No one bought that. It was innovative. It was different. It was beautiful. It was artsy. but it still wasn't. It's not. You need it to also be practical, and you need it to really make sense too.
Mm-hmm.
Are you like a test pilot for new stuff?
I test a fair amount of products. It depends. I've tried so many sex toys in my day.
Chuck Yeager.
She's the Chuck Yeager.
Do I look like him too? Why not?
I'm sorry. He starts laughing like we're gonna start calling her Chuck.
You can call me Chuck if you want.
Yeah, we are.
You
Okay.
can Chuck of sex toys.
Yeah.
On your website, do you have fun stuff like bed tie-down things
Oh, yeah, I
and
love
stuff
that.
like that?
We got the door one.
Yeah, the door one, yeah. I got one with
the
my
door.
door.
This hang in the door?
That thing.
Have you tried the under the bed restraints?
That goes around the bed? That
Under
one?
it,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Got those.
That's insane, yeah.
I have those under my bed, and my friends stay at my house sometimes, and they'll be like, make my sheets, and I'll be like, oh, this is no sun photos. This is what happens. You stay at Amy's house. It's just permanent cuffs on every corner, so that whenever you want, you can be down.
My wife has kept me in line. She throws away a lot because I only get to keep what fits in my toolbox.
Oh, no, it doesn't fit.
Yeah, so it's like things disappear out of my quiver.
She's got the key.
I can only have like 5 surfboards. You know, it's like
Yeah.
Will
pretty
she
much-
veto something? She's like, yeah, not this, no.
She has definitely vetoed me a few times, yeah. And of course, I respect that.
Of
you
course.
know? Yeah, and so it's just how it goes.
I think that 100%, and why sometimes you can look at something and be like, yeah, no, not going to fly, or you try it, like, yeah, not my thing, and never do that again.
Well, there's tons of nights where she's just like, no, I'm like, no worries.
Yeah,
Get naked.
as it should be.
Give me this stuff.
Yeah.
Deliver it
TC, Josh Lawyer's watching.
yeah, Lloyd. That dude. Does he get 20% off too?
Josh Lawyer gets 20% off.
Okay.
Josh gets 20% off. I love Neil at purepleasure.com.
Yeah.
Neil, everyone. I
Yeah.
love Neil all
Josh is
over.
watching.
Yeah, right on, Lloyd.
Yeah,
Well,
Lloyd.
and I'm sure Lloyd is. I know he's got a quiver of things.
What do you have under your bed, sir?
Lloyd, comment what your favorite sex toy is.
Yeah.
Send us a photo.
He ain't gonna comment.
Yeah, I know he's got one. Well, I got a great question because another famous Santa Cruz pro surfer put this on his social media, and I won't say his name, but I think it was RUFFO. He did say.
What did Roof say?
I think I'm
He
not
didn't say it, he spelled
I'm not
it.
going to claim it was Ruth, but I know it was somebody who said, "Can you reuse sex toys?"
Oh, like,
because like he had a relationship and had sex toys,
yeah.
and then a new
Partner.
relationship started.
yeah.
Do you throw it all away?
Okay, so there's 2 things about this. Number 1, if it's made of pure silicone like this, or metal, or a non-porous material, you can sanitize it very easily. So you just soap and water. There's not won't hold any bacteria. But
Do I comment on this?
what did you get? Oh
Lawyer wants to know what color.
Of his toys?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
I want a purple.
yeah.
Purple.
Oh God.
Okay, so getting back to the point.
anyways.
Is that kosher?
So there's 2 things. One, there's the sanitizing it, and then the other issue is that there is an energy behind it. Perhaps I don't know if it's for absorbed energy, but you know some people.
Bad karma.
Well, or even aside, yes, maybe or maybe not though. Also, maybe I just had some great time. So it's not bad karma. But some people are like, yeah, I don't like the idea that this was on someone else's clitoris.
Right.
And that's their right to say. I personally, if that was me, I'd be like, did you clean it? Cool. Maybe I'll clean it a second time, and I know the material, so I'm down to use it, but that's just me. But some people, they think that's gross or wrong or whatever. They get to decide.
So for the industry, let's just say, toss it and buy brand new.
Yeah, go buy brand new.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or if you have a whole bunch of, like, say you spent $150 on a sex toy, your relationship ended, you want to use it with a new partner, have a conversation with them about it before whipping it out. Be like, hey, I had this awesome sex toy. I love it. Yes, it has been used before. I've sanitized it. I'm down to throw it out. I'm down to get a new one. And I just want to know, would you be willing to use it? No? Cool. Going in the garbage.
I mean,
get a new one.
Has this come up on your podcast before, this conversation?
Not this exact one. I don't know.
I'm curious about that.
It's a
Not
good
that, it's just like, because I remember that question.
Yeah, the used.
They
Yeah.
use toys. Is
Yeah.
it cool to like reuse them?
Well,
I know
is
people
it?
have been
Do you have a used
about
Ferrari or do you have a used Ford Escort?
Yeah. Depends.
Right? If you got the Escort, you're like, I can't get a new one. You got the Ferrari. I ain't gonna kind of.
$14 rubber jelly that I use with 5 ladies. And
Yeah,
again.
gross.
Alright. Okay, but here's my $150 toy. Well, and I think there's so many different arguments.
It should be a price point. It should be a price point.
Or better advice, save the box.
Well,
put it back in there and be like, babe, I bought this
the
for
other
you.
thing, so I like to ask people.
She's like,
questions. This
Now my
man-
wife's like,
You sure you're not doing Amy
brand new.
I have a, yeah, I'll get you the box. I'll help you work this.
this could be the worst show ever.
I'm gonna say, I think the other thing though is if people are uncomfortable with it, right? You're like, I'm not comfortable using that sex toy because you use it with someone else. Totally fine saying that. But my question is, what about that is like, why is that such a problem? Is it because your brain remembers something, you visualize something that you don't think that you don't want to remember that your partner had a past sex life? So I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but I like to have people at least ask themselves why there's something that makes them uncomfortable. Just question. You can still be uncomfortable. Just ask yourself why. Just to have some.
I just didn't know really the etiquette of, like if there is an etiquette of that.
There's not one way. Again, for me, if someone were to bring this toy out and they used it before, I mean, I had a sexual partner a couple of years ago, year and a half ago, for a couple months that had a drawer of all kinds of things, all made of high-grade silicone or metals that have been used with plenty of other humans. And I was like, have they been cleaned? And what do you know how to clean these things? I was fine with it. Not saying someone else would be, though. I'm not just saying, I'm crazy, I'm wild. I mean, I sell dildos.
Maybe you should have a power washer in the back of your car.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
Like those jewelry washers?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Well, the one they clean your teeth with.
Yeah.
The sonic thing to clean your teeth with, yeah.
Problem
Yeah, and
solved.
by the way, you have the Shameless Sex Podcast face mask,
Yeah.
right? That was
Here,
badass.
I'll put it on.
Put it on.
Hold on.
Are they for
One second.
sale? Put the mic down. Is that
Yes,
for?
I'll tell you how in 1 second.
Okay. We got the Shameless Sex Podcast.
So right now we have it's a mask within a mask. It's us, me. This is my co-host April Lampert, and this is the quarantine edition. But we also have T-shirts and sweatshirts. It's not just this. We have other logos and things. If you go to our website shamelesssex.com, we have a banner there that you can click on, and all proceeds are donated. We don't make any money. It all is donated to some cause. I forgot what the cause is right now. It's constantly changing, but. We have our gear.
Okay.
A fun things. I mean, some people are like, I can't rock Shameless Sex logo when I walk around town. And some people
Why
are
not?
like, I want to rock
I want to rock that. I'd rock that.
that.
Yeah, for sure.
Here for some reason.
So once again, the website is take the mask off. What's the website again?
Shamelesssex.com, and then there's a banner that will show some T-shirts on there. You click on it, it'll take you through.
And
it, we love Neil or I love Neil?
I love
I
Neil.
love Neil.
20% off
Yeah.
20% off.
on
PurePleasureShop.com.
purepleasureshop.com.
I mean, that's a good
That's a good
discount.
discount.
Yeah.
Neil gets the permanent,
Mhm.
probably higher discount that we ever give.
Right.
For-
Big discount, TC.
He's special.
Big
And,
discount.
Just to review, a couple of the hottest sellers on your website right now.
Right now, I'll say Uber Lube is one of them. Of course, the best lube ever.
So the
and y'all
Uber
get a
Lube.
bottle.
Uber Lube.
Is this ready to go?
It's
right here.
Sealed,
The
so
seal
it doesn't
on it?
leak,
Okay.
but when you
Yep.
go home and take that seal off, you're ready to go.
Ready to go.
Best lube, Uber
Alright.
Lube, I'd say the We Vibe, so it's
And-
WE-5.
For TC's sake, can we next time we see you next year, because we love having you on every year,
Yeah.
can there be a gallon size?
Yes! We're gonna just spray him.
By the way, my wife gets so pissed off when I get lube. No, it's just like straight to the shower.
Oh, no.
Well, you know,
Okay,
there's just
here's
some-
other things. You can use it for massage.
Hmm?
So maybe your wife will like this. You can just massage her body with it.
I do.
Yeah, like her
Yeah.
shoulders and all those
For
things.
sure.
Oh my
But
god.
then I just accidentally like pour a whole bunch on it.
You did it again. Oh my goodness.
Amy, thanks for coming on the show, honey.
Thanks for having
We
me.
love you.
Very fun.
Very
yeah,
fun.
And just once again, your website is
We have multiples, but shamelesssex.com for the podcast, purepleasureShop.com for the sex toys. That's pretty much it.
and I love Neil for the 20% discount.
At purepleasureShop.com.
Okay,
Hold that,
what's
TC.
What's that wand called again?
The magic.
The
one.
big-
magic wand.
the magic wand.
Lawyer. That's
Lawyer.
Lawyer.
Lawyer, the magic wand lawyer.
Yeah, it's amazing.
You will love it.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you don't like it on your bits, put it on your shoulders.
I like that. We're gonna announce some of our
Rattle off a few people to sponsor the show. Just gonna rattle them off. Where's my glasses at, TC?
By the way, everybody, our coloring contest is in full effect right now. So come on down and pick up a coloring contest.
Here we go. If real estate were radio waves, quick and Starbucks is a station that plays music tuned to your lifestyle needs. Contact them today so we can make a playlist. You know what? Josh Starbuck steals all my waves. I'm just going to say another guy. Ripping my
everybody?
hands off. He's a great real estate with his wife, his sweetheart, Laura Quick, she's a sweetheart, but Josh Quit stealing my waves.
Hold it. I think if you sponsor the show, it's free game to steal your waves.
That phone number 706-1999. Quick and Starbuck Realtors on Facebook. Strail Legacy Planning is a local real estate planning law office which you need to go visit.
I'm for sure gonna hire her.
Living Trust, Wills, Trust, and Probate. Shelley Strail offers a complimentary consultation here. So, do you have a complimentary consultation?
I do for my coaching. Yes.
Can we explain the coaching?
Yes, I do sex and relationship coaching, where all of your intimacy needs, whether you're in a relationship, not in a relationship. I work with people that are having a hard time. They just want to learn some skills, and yes, I do consultations. So it's all in Shameless Sex. If you look up coaching.
So you're like coach.
So spend the day getting consulted.
Mm-hmm.
You can go get your sex consulting in the morning, and in the afternoon you can get consulting with Santa Cruz Real Estate, with SantaCruzEstatePlanning.com. Call Shelley Strail at 612165. Merge 4 Socks. Got them on, TC.
I got them on too, right there.
Merge 4 Socks.
Look at those babies.
Merge 4 Socks. Chill Out Cafe, where they
roll the fatties.
Big fat ones. Beach Nest Vacation Rentals. If you're wanting a perfect vacation pad in Santa Cruz, no better place, folks, to call than beachnest.com. I'm going to be here tomorrow night. I'm going to be going in there tomorrow night.
Where are you going?
XL. Pizza 1 and Aptos. It's to die for. 682-DIE-FOR. 684-1110 to go orders. Oh my God.
Is that the best? That's probably one of the best pizzas in town, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thursday, I will be here. Thursday morning, 8:45 with Gabby. Santa Cruz Court and Rehab. There's so much to offer for optimal health. Please visit SantaCruzCourt.com. Go visit Gabby. What an amazing masseuse. Aloha Island Grill. I stopped by Numa the other day. Oh, Numa could use your help.
Numa needs help?
What
Oh,
does
yeah.
need?
Numa's got questions about sexuality.
Send them my way.
He needs coaching?
Also the owner of he's going to kill me. 479-3299 Aloha Island Grill. The Listening Snack. Now's the time. The water's freaking freezing. Get your custom-made earplugs from the Listening Snack right there behind the Chevron station on 41st Avenue in Santa Cruz. The wave clock is your nautical station for wave. The other day, the wave clock was pegged, dude.
Was it?
Pegged. When the waves that day? Great. It's fun to have the wave clock in the house. Check out what's going on. Thewaveclock.com. Road pies. I've been mowing on those. Go to roadpie.com. Sean Rovi, Farmers Insurance. Yeah. He was a great guest. I saw him the other day. He had a blast on the show.
Did he have a good time?
His wife said, commented, she goes, Neil, you and TC keep roasting Sean Rovi.
Really? And is he still wearing his shark band?
Got the bracelet.
Oh, man.
You know what? The bull sharks are badass. You know that?
They're tough. I know. Yeah, they're not nice.
Badass.
Yeah, they're not nice.
The Daily Grind Coffee and Bottle Shop downtown in Capitola.
Thank you, Josh.
Along with the hot dog.
Left Coast.
Left Coast Sausage Works down there in Capitola.
He's been closed the last couple of days. I went down there actually trying to get one.
Busy though. He's in Tahoe with his family. A beautiful store full of incredible art and gifts. Rootstock Collective right down the street here from the boardroom. Great store. Check Nico will take good care of you. She's got great stuff in that place. Really good stuff. Who else am I missing? I think that's it, TC.
I just so you know, Sandra just said sorry. Can she give her website again?
Yeah. As I meet her, I'm talking this or no?
You can do both. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So purepleasureshop.com for the sex toys, and you get 20% off with I Love Neil as the coupon code, and shamelesssex.com for the podcast. And the podcast is on all.
And last but not least,
and the coaching is on the Shameless Sex.
Safe Families for Children, Santa Cruz, running families in crisis, and caring compassion community. For more info, go to Facebook. Safe Families for Children, Monterey Bay, and Santa Cruz. So once again, Amy, thanks for coming on the show.
Amy, thank you.
Great time.
Yeah.
TC, thanks.
Yes. That was amazing. Hey, by the way,
Thursday night.
Shelly's Strayhole's watching right now.
Oh, she is?
Yep. She said thanks for the shout out. Yep. And I will be.
I got a name right.
Yes, and I'll be seeing her soon because
I got a
she.
name right. Thursday night, right here, Alex Cicero and Live Again Band, along with Ted Welty and Don Giroux from the Joint Chiefs. It's going to be a great concert. Thursday night here.
Right here, 3 of the best musicians in town.
Right. Starts around 6:30. Please join in. Watch on Santa Cruz Waves. We'll stand outside the boardroom. Come check out the concert. It's going to be a great show.
That is awesome.
Thanks, TC.
Yeah.
Good times.
And by the way, Amy, she says that you're awesome. This is from Laura Quick. She says you're awesome.
Thanks, Laura.
Yeah. And so, okay. Good night, everybody. Thank you for watching and tuning in to the what number 480 Off the Lip radio shows. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. And we will see you soon in the near future. Good night.